breaking news.
After an intensive search, a missing fishing boat has been found off Cape Cod.
The Coast Guard says it found the boat off the coast of Brewster. You can see it there, and there were 2 people on board. WBZ's Beth Germano is live on the Cape Forest tonight. And Beth, before that boat was found, you spoke with the captain's brother.
And incredibly concerned for his brother, who he says usually makes day trips in his clamming business and is not gone for days at a time. But that fishing vessel was spotted here off Brewster just before 2 o'clock this afternoon. And now there are many questions to be answered about how this tragedy unfolded. It was about 2 miles in waters off Brewster beaches that the white-hulled Seahorse was spotted by a recreational boat, marking the tragic ending of a search that had been ongoing for a few days. 64-year-old Sean Arsenault left his slip at Rock Harbor Marina in Orleans Sunday morning to go clamming with his girlfriend. We spoke with his brother Paul by phone.
He told me he wasn't coming back till he got his 30-bag limit. I'm beginning to think I'll never see my brother again.
And that usually takes only a day. But when his white Ford pickup truck was still in the marina parking lot 2 days later, it raised concerns, including reports of unusual behavior the day he left the harbor.
The fact that he didn't come in with the tide that evening wasn't necessarily alarming. You know, the curious part was that day when he left the harbor that, you know, he was discarding waste off the side of the boat.
Including this radar dome and a GPS found on a nearby beach. Arsenault has been fishing all his life, and the harbor master says his boat had recently been running rough, but repairs seem to put him back in business. Now an investigation into how the Seahorse went down will answer many questions.
These are quahog draggers. They're dragging the big steel cages behind the boats, and they can get hung up on the bottom. And if they get hung up on the bottom, especially if you're fishing in the dark, you can roll the side of the boat and they would go down pretty fast.
Fellow boaters say the empty slip at the marina has been an eerie sight this week.
He would hear just about every day when the boat was over here. You know, he had one of the slips there.
And neighbors at his Orleans housing complex have been shaken since Sean Arsenault was reported missing.
The community has been reaching out to each other and giving hugs and saying prayers, and we all just miss him so terribly.
His brother says he knew these waters all too well.
He's been a fisherman all his life. He's ran many boats from New Bedford to Provincetown.
So now it is a recovery mission and will likely take some time to bring the 30-foot fishing vessel to shore. But so far, no information about the location of Sean Arsenault and his girlfriend has been confirmed. Reporting live from Brewster, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News.
All right, Beth, thank you.